Hello, anybody who's watching this. Welcome to my reaction to Recettear review. Only now I realize it's probably Recettear, not Recettear. I don't know. Recettear review Capitalism Ho Merchant Edition trademark by Seth Zintak. I'm recording this video after it was supposed to come out for a couple of reasons. I can't just say that it's my cat's fault, because it's this time around it's not. I got used to him doing stuff around me when I'm recording or streaming, so that's not it. First of all, it's procrastination, I think. When I had a lot of time to do it, but I didn't. I was like, I'll do it later, and now it's too late. But it would still come out today, so my daily upload schedule is matched. I don't know. Yes, the other thing is that I have a weird pain in my stomach that's kind of unusual to me for the last couple of days. That's part of the reason I wasn't streaming the last couple of days. So, and nobody asked me to do this. I'm doing this because I want to, and because it's a short video that I can do quick enough and then upload it as soon as I can, so it will be released hopefully by 6 p.m. Would be fine. I have a lot of time to make it to 6 p.m. Just now later than supposed to. If you have a video for me to react to, you can use the donation link in the description below. That way I can get to your video as soon as I can. So let's start this one.
Hey people.
I plugged in the headphones. I didn't plug them all the way. Like a idiot.
Hey people,
Hey.
Seth here. Have you ever watched one of those sad documentaries about the living conditions of sweatshop workers in Thailand and thought to yourself, those
No.
poor people, they make products that sell for hundreds, yet they earn a single dollar for their labor. That's terrible. Those workers are clearly overpaid. I'd pay them half. Then I've got exactly
Okay.
the game for you. Recettear, released
Oh,
in
it is
2007 and translated from Mandarin Chinese in 2010. On the surface, Recettear is a game about the true merchant experience of being a professional shill. As such, it resonates strongly with my own personal belief and culture. Instead of being a random, adventuring schmuck that risks their own life and limb to put bread on the table, you play as a child that risks their very soul by venturing into the most dangerous, cutthroat, and oppressive arena of all, the arena of business.
I love Doom
beneath the
soundtrack.
surface, Recettear is also a social commentary on whether or not it's ethically acceptable to hold a child financially responsible for her father's debt. Spoiler, in this world, yes, we absolutely can. Now, get to work. Story. The story is very simple. Recette has a father who took a huge loan from the Rothschilds in order to finance his item shop without first reading the fine print or the terms and conditions. Realizing that he has no way of making repayment, he does what most absent fathers do. He heads out of town looking for Coke Vanilla and is never seen again. Immediately after, a loan shark appears. As you figured out from the title, Tyr is the secondary companion in Recettear, and from day one has psychologically engineered Recette into a state of Stockholm Syndrome, thinking that she is somehow friends with her debt repayment supervisor, who is a fantastic, genuine, and warm person, who is entirely ready to throw a child on the street if she doesn't make those deadlines. But don't worry, there's a generous amount of time to settle your debt, an entire calendar month. As such, you have an increasingly high loan to repay each week, or you get evicted and die in poverty. Welcome to Capitalism. Gameplay. Recettear is a high-speed simulation of a capitalist dream or the capitalist nightmare, depending on your personal ability and genetic factors. For each day, you have a finite resource. It's called time, and there's 4 blocks of time in each day. How you spend it is pivotal to your success. Grabbing inventory from a local merchants guild takes a block. Opening the store for business takes a block. Hiring some schmuck to steal loot from the dungeon takes 2. Also, he might not come back. Everything in Recettear is measured risk and reward. Your only objective is to pay off a damn loan shark. But you can approach that objective in any way you see fit. Every day is completely randomized, and you can't predict what happens next on the free market. The invisible hand of a free market is told to you through news bulletins, which, to paraphrase, sound like this. Valuable material prices have stabilized. Weapon prices are up. Oh, and also, there's a race riot happening in the north. The news in this game is amazing. These bulletins take place every morning, but they can trigger any time and force a rapid change in your sales strategy. Let's say a news report comes in that the local harvest has failed completely. Food prices are up and people are getting desperate. How can we help? Well, we buy the remaining food supplies, put them on display, and sell them back to the people for a reasonable price. Of course, you can't put a price on feeding your family, can you? But, I can. 260% of the base value. Thank you for your business. You don't have an alternative. Other times, you can have a complete lapse of judgment. Buying a commodity in bulk and selling it in high numbers will crash the market. Prices hit rock bottom, and until they correct, you better have a backup plan, or you're going to be evicted. The act of being a merchant in Recettear is a very personalized experience. You put something on display, you attract a certain kind of clientele. For example, a man haggles much less than a woman. I can easily upmark his purchases to 125% without a single complaint. But the moment I dare charge a housewife 120%, she will immediately haggle me down to 110, despite the fact that women have twice the disposable income to spend compared to men. What did they mean by this? Honey, I had to purchase this Buddha statue for $5,000 because it just fit into the decor of our room. Yes, I know food prices have doubled. That's why.
Closest game to this I've played is the Holy Potatoes, not Holy Potato Time in Space. I haven't played that yet. Like I'm a blacksmith or a weapon shop, something like that. But there you create weapons and then you sell them, and you don't really choose the price. I just don't remember. Like that's the closest thing. That's my experience with these kind of games. What are you? Okay, get started doing something.
Why I took your Fredo bar you were hiding from me under the bed and sold it for $500. Small children are also equally baffling. They go into a bookstore, browse the selection, and then ask me if I have any food. Each successful transaction results in a tiny drop of merchant experience. This is worthless. The only way to level up is stringing together as many transactions as physically possible, allowing you to become a truly powerful merchant until you become semi-successful. And then this bitch shows up. She'll try to scam you with insane prices, and if you don't take it, she'll break your entire combo. Urea? More like urea, because she's an incarnation of human waste. As your merchant levels increase...
Wait. You try to sell... You can hear it a little bit, judging by the mic capturing. It's a cat playing with a bag. He loves those things. Anyway, did he try to sell her a thing for 1 coin instead of 4.5K? And she said no? Okay.
Your options expand
She's
and
not
the
just a
game
fuck
gets
you.
increasingly more complex. You can customize the appearance of your store to attract different customers. You can expand the store to hold more items on display. You can fuse dungeon items together for less money, but exponentially more time. You can have customers sell you their garbage for garbage prices. You can agree to take advance orders from customers, only to forget about it until they come screaming the next day. You can even automate the whole process by replacing your entire store with vending machines, eliminating unnecessary human contact and streamlining the process of hands exchanging money. Who needs social distancing when our employees are unpaid, unfeeling golems whose only purpose is to serve you watermelon at competitive prices? Now, it is traditionally believed that you can't finish this game by staying in town. Bullshit. I finished the game in 2 days of play, and I didn't even need the dungeon. All I needed was some interior decoration. Turns out the best customer is your own business rival, because holy shit, she buys everything for 150%. Alouette, you are my MVP. For everyone else, you might have to go into the dungeon. My condolences, because the dungeon is not very good. You go inside, kill monsters, and open chests.
kind of
Very
fun.
often, they don't contain items. They
fun.
contain something to fuck you over in a variety of different ways. Each time you get hit, your main character screams. This happens often, so get used to it. Often, you'll stay in a dungeon until you find something of value to justify spending your time in this god-awful place, which is filled with all manner of fantasy creatures we know and love, such as vegetable, animal, and of course, tentacle. I fucking hate the dungeon. But it's the only place where ingredients drop, and you need these to make fusion items. Some examples are toothpicks, cotton balls, and bat wings, which can be used to make soup. Honestly, anything you encounter down here is not dangerous. They're benign and completely harmless.
2020, yep, make soup out of bats. That is what he meant.
Imagine robbing the elderly. You wouldn't call them monsters, would you? They're more like walking loot dispensers. Yeah, just cut this part of the script out. Once you get their business card, the adventurers do get better. The dungeon, however, does not. It is the same randomly generated grid, copy-pasted several hundred times. But Seth, there's boss fights. Correct. They take about the same amount of time to kill as vegetables. I implore you, become a better merchant today. If not for the love of money, then from the deep existential fear of having to go through the equivalent of Dante's Inferno and the 9 circles of hell just to come back with a fucking back scratcher. Recettear is a very charming little title, and it's quite different from the rest. I find the act of shilling endlessly to be very relaxing, and I think you will too. Even when you finish the main story, there's still more content. It's not much, but Endless Mode lets you experience everything you missed without time constraints. There's a lot of little side stories. Yes, they are wholesome and endearing, but I'm just here for the money. Also, don't stay on the main menu or your ears are going to bleed. If you're a masochist, you can play the Dante Must Die difficulty mode, Survival Hell, where the debt never truly ends. It only keeps increasing until you're financially crushed. Oh, and also, all your progress is gone. Good luck. I give Recettear a 10 out of 10 years ago, back when this game was still relevant. I still play it sometimes to relive my ancestry, so I thoroughly recommend it. Unfortunately, the game never goes on sale. Correction, the game is currently on sale, and 15 bucks for something older than the average Pyrocynical subscriber is unreasonable. Thus, I strongly encourage you to use a VPN and buy the game in Argentinian pesos, which converts roughly to about $3. Also, I'm proud to announce that I'll be streaming on DLive for the next month. How? Why? Because the Trump of cryptocurrency has bought out the platform, and he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. That's 4 streams of 2 hours, once a week, each Saturday, at the following times. Come and hang out, it'll be fun. We are literally the second biggest stream besides PewDiePie, because we actually have a script. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned.
What? Script
a warm
and streams?
thanks to the
Why?
many members of the Merchants Guild, generously funding and bankrolling these videos. This one, however, is completely free. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
He grabbed me. Anyway, I'll do the endless space later. Okay. The one tactic I can see with the game, you can play it, you can try playing it and then finding the price that people will pay. Like he said that his rival shop or whatever was buying everything by 150 and 50%. So he found that price. You can probably find it for every character in the game. Like the housewife also, she wasn't buying anything for 120%, but 110 works. That way you can how's it, a streak, I guess, make a streak of sales, just one after another without worries, I guess. That's kind of the only tactic I see to beat it fast and kind of on a second playthrough after you tried everything. You have trial and error run, and then you start over again and make a proper run, and that's why you succeed. You can also probably Google that, what people will pay. That'll probably be the easiest thing to do. I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, this seems like an interesting game. And it does look like it came out 10 years ago. Animation style is pretty good, but like It is quite polygonal, even though it's zoomed out right now, but you can see the polygons. If it came out now, there will be less. I'm not gonna say that there aren't gonna be any, but there will be less. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So thank you anybody who watched this. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.